Hi team, it's me, Offbeat Hero. We're not streaming today. This is a direct YouTube video, and we're doing something a little bit special today. Because I mean, we got to 100 subs on YouTube. Hurrah! And 200 followers on Twitch, which is pretty big, I think. So I just want to do a little, a little kind of goofy, a little bit different today. We're not going to be playing any kind of online. We're not going to be playing any Magic today at all, actually. This is going to be a quick little video where I'm going to just go through my paper Yorion deck. There it is. It's in this little box here. Because I know a lot of people, sometimes when they're looking at these Yorion lists, it's between online and paper, it is different. I mean, the big things are like shuffling, putting it in a deck box, counting your cards, that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to show you how I do it. I play Yorion in paper. I've been doing it since I've been able to post COVID stuff, and it's been working for me at my local game store. So today, I'm gonna show you what products I use for my Yorion deck, how I sleeve it up, how big it is. I'm gonna go through some of the shuffling techniques I do to get it nice and shuffled, and maybe this will help you out when you're building your own paper Yorion deck. So I'm gonna move the camera around so that you can see it from like my point of view, so that if you're looking for like how to shuffle your deck, you can follow along at home. You can do your own thing while I'm doing my thing. Yeah, let's jump right into the second part of this video, where it's gonna be the different point of view, not my face camera. We're gonna be seeing my desk and my deck box. So see you in a second. And we are back. Here is my deck box. Here's my Yorion D&T deck. Currently tax evasion is in here. The list I most recently 5-0 with. If you saw the video. If you haven't, I mean, it's a good one. Spoiler alert, we 5-0'd, so I mean, thought I ruined. But so first, let's go over what I'm using to transport my deck. So we're using an Ultra Pro Satin Tower. I use these for most of my modern decks, or most of my competitive decks. I use this for modern, for commander, and for pioneer. I like them because they're big, they're sturdy, they don't come apart very easily. They have a dice tray. There's some dice down there, and they're overall great. So let's open her up and see what it looks like inside. So there it is. That's what 80 cards plus sideboard plus tokens look like. The exact amount of cards that we have in here. You can see that we can even squish it a little bit. Let's see if I can get this on camera. You can squish it a little bit. You can fit a few more cards in there if you really like press it in. But if it's pretty snug in here, there's not a whole lot of room. You can see how even when we kind of pick it up and let it fall back down, friction doesn't really let gravity do its thing here. So you gotta sometimes force it down, sometimes, look at that. Look at that, it just hangs out up there. But how many cards are in this deck? So we got our main board. So this is your 80. We have our sideboard plus Yorion here. Let's put these up over there. And then we have some extra cards in here. So I have 4 Amaria's Calls here. The reason they're not in the main deck is because they are see-through the back of these sleeves if you don't put them in the smoke sleeve. You can see how these are just single sleeve with these are just like dragon shields, I believe. I haven't actually bought any clear sleeves for myself. These have all just been poached off of either trade-ins or through the mail. That kind of stuff. But we just get to keep them separate outside of the deck, because if we look, there's Thalia. If we take Thalia out of here, I'm not sure if this will show up in camera, but we'll see. Let me put Amaria's Call in. So they're a double-faced card. But if you look on the back, you can kind of actually see the card. You can see the back face here, right? I think you see especially the mana symbols down the bottom there. It does show through the back. So this is what a regular card looks like compared to our Amaria's Call. You can definitely see the card through it. So I'm forced to use the token cards, so proxy cards, instead of the actual ones. Let me show you one because my fiance drew them for me. Here we go. So let's use these. These are my Marius calls right now. But it's because these ones have an actual magic card back, and I can use them in the smoke sleeve without worrying about them, about the back not showing up. So we got so in addition to our 80 card main deck, 15 card sideboard for 95 cards total, we have another 4 Amaria's calls and single sleeve in the side. So that brings us up to 99 cards for a commander deck, basically. And then I have some tokens in here. So I have 3 illusion tokens. I have 2 angel tokens for Amaria's call, and I have 2 germs. I should probably put some humans in here for Castle Ardenvale, but these are the ones that I have. So we have 99 cards with our Amaria's calls, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 106 cards in this deck box. These are also all double sleeved. You'll see here. Why do I double sleeve my tokens? I mean, they're just tokens. I don't know. Of course I have it. It's just how I like them. I don't know. Keeps the deck consistent. So every card in the deck is actually double sleeved, except for these Amaria's calls. We can put it back in. We are using the Dragon Shield Outers. These are like the Crimson Red, I don't know. Just, regular Dragon Shield Outers. I believe these are not the No Glare ones, but they are the matte back. You see how they have a little sheen to them there. And then we're using the Dragon Shield Smoke Inners as our inner sleeve of choice here, to make a total of 106. Was it 106? No, 100 something? We have 95, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have 106. 106 cards with 102 of them being completely double sleeved. And these all fit in one Ultra Pro Satin Tower. Also, actually, our Yorion is triple sleeved. I use this to not mistakenly shuffle it into my own deck. So we have a extra outer sleeve here that gives it a weird little bordery bit on it. Makes it look all fancy and shit. Goes like that. So Yorion's actually triple sleeved. So it looks all fancy, and it tilts modern players when you pull out your triple sleeve commander and you put it out. So. And as you can see, they all fit in there pretty nicely. They're pretty snug. Now, this is, of course, after I've broken them in a bit. When you first do this, it's going to be real snug. There's going to be a lot of air between these cards, right? So it's going to be extra snug. Don't worry, they will indeed fit. And eventually the air will work its way out either through play, or you can do the thing where you like pull them out and you kind of just like squish them back and forth or whatever to kind of work the air out. But eventually the air will get out and it'll fit in quite snug, and that's what that looks like in the deck box. And it closes up all fine and dandy. Beauty. Now moving on. So that's how you're gonna get your deck there, but how are you gonna actually play this fucking nonsense? Well, let's take a look, because this is a pretty big deck. This is a pretty big deck, if I can do it far enough away. It stands about yay high with all 80 cards in it. It's about the size of the top of the deck box, actually, the like lid. It's about that tall. My finger for scale, it's about to the second joint here. I don't know how many more scaling things you want for how big this deck is. I got a 3DS. How big is that? Compared to a 3DS. There you go. It's a little smaller than a it's like an inch smaller than like a 3DS or so. I don't know if I have anything else that I can use to, give you a reference. I have no banana here, but that's the size of the deck. when you start the game, you're gonna have to shuffle your deck. So let's go do some shuffling techniques. Let's make sure I get my camera right here. I want to make sure this is all shown. Let's dip it down a little deeper there. Yeah, a little more of my ground here. So this is quite large, and to shuffle it with your hands is a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. So the method that I have gone to shuffling is you put it upright. I like to actually shuffle it this way. You put it upright. You try to face your cards away from your opponent, but also don't look at them. So you kind of want to be off to the side of you. But for this demonstration, I'll just put it right in front of the camera. What you do now is I just take kind of half the deck, just split it in half here. And then you take the top and you just kind of wedge it in there and then slide it together, just like that. Look at that. And then you just do that again. And again. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see if I can do this a little closer down to the bottom here. So, you keep your left hand on. So, I mean, this is for right-handed people. I'm right-handed, so we're shuffling a right-handed fashion. But I guess take your dominant hand. That's going to be your, base. That's your, brick. This stays on the table. You take, with your non-dominant, with your non-dominant hand, brick stays on the table. Your dominant hand, in the case of my right hand, you're going to take part of the deck, you're going to take it up, half or a third or, however much you want out of it. This is the part that's going to be moving around. You bring it up to in front of your deck, facing to your opponent's side of the table, and we're just doing basically a mash shuffle. The lighting, unfortunately, is not great for this because the shadow of my hand kind of hides what I'm doing here. But all we're doing is we're kind of just wiggling it in until it finds the space, in your non-dominant hand, and then we're just wiggling it in. All these cards over here, they just fall to the front. It's fine. You're doing about 7 of these, right? And then you just kind of just wiggle them together, and they slide in. You do this a couple times. If we do it faster, it kind of looks like this. I'm still not very fast at this, but Camera's wiggling because I'm wiggling my desk. Yeah, see, obviously I'm not very good at this. But that is one way to do it. That's how I've been shuffling. You can still try to do the mash shuffle way, the classic Magic player way of shuffling, where you just hold the deck in your non-dominant hand, using your dominant hand, you pick it up, and then you just try to wiggle it in. But of course, it's quite large. You gotta really manhandle it a little bit. Just kind of find the space in between the cards, and then you glide them into their spot, and then you do that again. This I find is much harder than the table way, just because you have to stretch your fingers so goddamn long. So I don't do that. Another way that I've seen some Commander players shuffle their deck is you just split it off into 2. You say fuck off to this side, and then you just shuffle this side. Oh, nice. Look at this. It's like you're shuffling a limited deck, really nice and quick. Bada binga, bada boonga, the classic way. And then you do the same to this other side that you threw away. Shamona. This is actually harder than I thought it was going to be. To do this in front of the camera. I'm just kind of winging this. We're just kind of winging it. And now you take your 2 halves, and then you kind of switch them up, and then you shuffle them up again. But of course, this takes a while. So I don't know if you're in a tournament, your opponent. I don't know. There's calling opponents for slow play. Can they call you for slow shuffling? They're excuse me, judge, my opponent shuffles too slowly. They are delaying the game. And then you can, and then for one last one, you can kind of just do a little mash shuffle one time and bazinga. Yeah, I mean, you can also do a pile shuffle. You can do this whole dealio, but of course with 80 cards, this takes forever. Also, it's not a true shuffle. You still have to shuffle it in an additional way. But this does get easier once you are like in the game a bit. Right, because if we take 7 off the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. You know, deck's already a little bit smaller. What's your opening hand here? Are we going to win the game, guys? This is a keepable hand, actually. This is a great hand. You know, go Plains, Vile, then we get to go Sentinel, Stoneforge, and we get to go Hawk, Pitch Force. That's a killer hand right there. Hell yeah. This wasn't even staged. I just, like, ripped this one. This is a dope hand for tax evasion. You know, got a little Plains, got Tech Edge. That's all you need. But as the game goes on, right, the deck does get smaller, right? So there's your like opening hand, and then say like 1, 2, 3, 4 turns in, take 4 cards off the top. Maybe you Squadron Hawk, so you take another 4 cards out of your deck. Maybe you Mystic, so you take 1 more card out of your deck. You know, now we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cards in. And this deck is a little bit smaller now. Not quite as big. If we take our comparison to our lid here, you can see how now, like the card was almost going over the top before. Now it's like, it's quite a bit down there now. And this gets easier. You can probably at this point just do the regular mass shuffle as you would with like a 60 card deck. You know, bada bing, bada boom. Or you can do the you can do the same shuffle that I was doing before, where you kind of do it like on the table. Use the table to help you out here. And that is that. I believe that's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for getting me to 100 YouTube subs. You have a custom YouTube URL. Hell yeah. And thanks for getting me to 200 Twitch followers. That's pretty cool too, hey? We're making it in the big world of Magic content. Until next time, you know, I'm Offbeat Hero, and remember to follow me, but most importantly, follow your dreams. Anything is possible when you play Squadron Hawk. Till next time, toodaloo, and farewell. Bye-bye.